Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review in a bloody cold shed. So today we're going over to Neon Raptor, based literally 3 miles away from me in Nottingham city centre, for their Clusters Black Forest Gateaux. Clusters is their 5% stout that they flavour with different flavours, hence the Clusters name obviously. It's 5.2% ABV. Doesn't really say hotels, so let's dive in. And got my Neon Raptor glass. So here we go. Neon Raptor, 2016. They won a homebrew competition, and have never looked back since then. One of the founders, he went over in COVID times, left Neon Raptor and went to start up Asvex, and other than that I don't know anything. So we've got a tap room coming this year, tap room / new brewery. The old tap room / brewery is staying put. Crowdfunding's going off with that. They've offloaded Suds and Soda in Derby, staying true to Sneinton Market, which I'm glad for. I think they are one of the hearts and souls of Sneinton Market, and Sneinton Market being the home of Craft Beer Festival, it's very prudent to keep the tap room there as well. And you might think, well, why have a tap room literally 100 yards away? Well, it means that on the Craft Beer Festival they've got 2 stabs at the pie, but also at the lower times of the year they can close off the main brewery and use that for big parties and all that, but still keep the other tap room open. I actually think it's a smart play from them. So here we go. It's a blooming cold night in January. Raggy's Beer Reviews is never doing dry January. No, I'm doing absolutely soaking wet January, or at least tri-January as they call it. Stouty nose. I'm actually getting peanut butter initially, rather than Black Forest Gateaux. Yeah. It's a nice earthy stout. Good earthiness to it. Just waiting for the air to get to the beer, I think. There's a proviso on this. It is freezing in this beer room, so it really needs room temperature. I hate drinking beers at this temperature, but I can't do any beer reviews in the house because the cooking. So the shed's my only domain, as it were. And I never really know what I'm reviewing until I come down the shed anyway. I don't. I look at the beer wall and I just chuff a beer off the beer wall and we'll go with whatever that beer is. Beer wall's running down at a rate of knots. I think by mid-February the beer wall will be done, and we'll see what happens then. With the world of beer reviews. Going to be interesting. Don't know. I haven't got no plans for the future of the beer review channel, so we'll see how it goes. It may be the fact that I just do beer reviews when I'm out and about on a Saturday, and then the rest of the week I'm not drinking. But one never knows. We'll see how we go on that side of things. So this Clusters, I'm not really getting the blackcurrant, a Black Forest Gateaux at the moment. As the air gets to it, I'm hoping it warms up, and it's just the fact that it's too cold. Sometimes with some beers, not all beers, but with some beers, it needs to warm up for that flavour to be unleashed. So Neon Raptor, they released their Centaur Army this year, but no barrel aged Centaur Army. I assume it's to do with the climate out there and the government and their bloody taxation. You know, but the smart play from Neon Raptor, as I've said before, is they're dropping the can size to 330 for 750 mils. For anything, you know, to 330 mils for anything classed as an impy. And, you know, to keep the price down. And I absolutely think it's the smart play. You know, they're not daft. And better to have 1,000 people buying a £7.95 13% than 200 people buying, you know, a 13% at about 12 quid. It only makes sense for that reason. Will they bring out 8.4% stouts? I mean, look at Brew York. They've dropped some of their impies down to 7.5. I know this because when we went to Scarborough, went in the craft beer, and there was this Imperial mucky stout. It was mucky as well as brown. But again, I think it was cooking cream actually, or cookie dough. I don't know what it bloody was. But that was only 7.5 and classed as Imperial. Obviously, normally we class Imperial over 6.5. But most people, it's above that, you know, think, no, bloody hell, it's 9% and above. But it actually isn't. And yeah, the old-fashioned Imperials are over 6%, which is most people just class as a double these days. It's all good fun, isn't it, with these, you know, these different ABVs. Flavour's starting to come through, so it's warming. It's just as it starts to warm, it ain't going to warm up much. I mean, it's literally freezing outside. It's bloody freezing inside. And I'll not be down the shed long because I can't stand the cold. I work out all day in the cold and, yeah, in all temperatures. And, to work in a brewery, especially when you're doing when the copper's on, getting near that heat. I mean, brewery jobs are very similar to, well, my sort of job really, because they don't have to work in the pouring rain, but they do a lot of work in cold temperatures and warm temperatures. And then obviously somebody's got the cask washing duty, unless they've got their own cask washer, which I think is actually a must have accessory these days. If you've got lots of casks. Now, I assume with Neon that when they get the bigger premises up and running, that cask beer will be more on their agenda. Don't see a lot of their cask beer. The only place over in Beeston where we normally drink that does it is Totally Tapped. Don't see any of the other pubs with it for whatever reason. I mean, I know the Castle Rock Neon Raptor collab was over at the Star Inn. But Star Inn, yeah, funny owner, you know, won't touch beers from certain breweries. And now he's got Lincoln Green next door to him. So probably would never have any of their beers with them being next door. And you wouldn't, would you? You know, in the sense of doing business. It'd be interesting in Snenton, obviously, when they do go bigger. And I would assume that the new tap room will have cask on the bar, whereas the tap room now is just all keg. I would assume. Obviously, I don't know. I don't work for Neon Raptor. And I know Dave, who used to work there, Craft Beer Basic, I forgot his name for a second. Obviously, he's moved back to Junkyard, so don't know what happened there, whether he just fancied being back into his old role. Sometimes, you know, you move roles and, you know, you have your fun out of it. You just fancy going back. I myself have always been interested in the brewing game. But at 53 now, to move to join a brewery, You know, I mean, I don't feel old, and I certainly can work as hard as anybody else can, and it'd be interesting. Although I suppose it's not all trying different beers out all day long, is it? Oh. So now the flavour's coming out. I said it needed air, it needed to warm up. It's not warming up, but it's certainly getting the air to it. Like I say, it's always good to release different. I mean, for me, Clusters should be a monthly release with a different flavour. You know, and seeing how it goes from there. Hopefully they'll do more collabs. For me, Neon, absolutely the kings of collabs. Locally, collabs with Ukraine breweries, breweries across Europe, breweries across the UK. They really are head and shoulders above everyone locally in that respect. I don't know about their sales, but obviously they haven't got pubs like, say, Castle Rock has. Castle Rock's got 20 odd pubs. So you're selling your beer in 20 pubs, you can sell a lot of beer. For me, Neon rely on some cask, I suppose, plenty of keg, and certainly cans. You know, cans is their big thing. Sometimes releasing 2 or even 3 beers a week, which takes some doing, takes some brewing, and I need to get back down to Snenton actually and go and visit and have a nosy over at the new premises, even from looking in the windows, being a nosy person. Yeah, I need to drag old Andy down, or even get the lads from the beer chat down, Liam and Shane, and although both of them a bit more quiet on the beer scene at the moment, it does seem that a lot of people have pulled back from paying big money out for beers, and I understand. I do understand, as we're all getting poorer, and make no mistake about it. I know in COVID times I was a lot richer than I am now. And it does seem a lot more of a struggle to buy things, to go on holidays. I mean, we've never had loads of money, but it certainly seems to be a hell of a lot more of a struggle just to keep the bills going, to have your bloody eating on. I mean, it's ridiculous when you come in and you're looking at the eating, and where you'd probably ramp it up to 22 degrees, now you're looking at 18, thinking, bloody hell. 18. I mean, we turn it off at night. We wake up in the morning. It's on 16, and the house takes a bit more warming then, you know. And people who live in houses that are on a better rating, we've had our house rated. We live in Shield in Nottingham, so it's these houses that have got this stupid crap stucco stuff on the outside. It's like pebble dash concrete. Think your toilet when you go for a shite, and you pebble dash the toilet. Well, imagine that being concrete. It's like that, just fuck all, but the wet gets behind it. And there's no cavity in the walls, so you know you've got 2 options. You either, like my neighbours up the road, they put like either Celotex or this polystyrene stuff, and you know, around the outside, and that holds the heat in. My daughter's house, you go to my daughter's house, it's boiling. Even in winter, it's boiling. And you say, got your heating on? I said, no. It's like, fucking hell. I've got the heating on all day. Walking, it's like, fucking hell. Freezing in here. So, yeah. Oh, dear. When you think the amount you waste on gas and electric, because you're in an house where the eating shit. So air's getting to it, and it's really developing that kick now and that flavour. So it took a while because obviously it's not as cold, it's not as warm as it should be. I prefer to drink warm, obviously. So this year be interesting. I don't know any details. They've not really posted out about this crowdfunding. They ought to have had a word with Neon Raptor. They're not Neon Raptor, Brewdog, because their crowdfunding is just ridiculous. How they got away with doing what they did. And you know, like all games, social media, it's all a game, and it's utilising the game to the best of your ability. I absolutely think that, you know, with, you know, when you look at beer reviewing or anything you do on social media, there are some people who are just a lot better at doing it, and they ain't got to get the bits out and you know, walking around half naked either, like some people do. But yeah. So anyway, Black Paw, I think it was a 10 head one, I forgot now. I could swear it around, I suppose. That's and it's nice film on the inside, so it's got legs on it. And again, now the Black Forest flavours showing at room temperature. It's going to be king. I bought this from Real Ale Store in Newark. Would I drink it again? Yep, warmer. Out of 5 for me, yeah, I'd say a good 4.4 out of 5. And that's my review. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Cheers.